Support for the show comes from Public, the investing platform for those who take it seriously. On Public, you can build a multi-asset portfolio of stocks, bonds, options, crypto, and now generated assets, which allow you to turn any idea into an investable index with AI. It all starts with your prompt. From renewable energy companies with high free cash flow to semiconductor suppliers growing revenue over 20% year over year, you can literally type any prompt and put the AI to work. It screens thousands of stocks, builds a one-of-a-kind index, and lets you backtest it against the S&P 500. Then you can invest in a few clicks. Generated assets are like ETFs with infinite possibilities, completely customizable and based on your thesis, not someone else's. Go to public.com/podcast and earn an uncapped 1% bonus when you transfer your portfolio. That's public.com/podcast. Paid for by Public Investing. Brokerage services by Open to the Public Investing Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services by Public Advisors LLC, SEC registered advisor. Generated assets is an interactive analysis tool. Output is for informational purposes only and is not an investment recommendation or advice. Complete disclosures available at public.com/disclosures.
When Kohler, global design leader in luxurious kitchen and bath products, asked me to be their ambassador for timeless, elegant, durable cast iron, I said, I'm in. Soon after, I was in their Kohler, Wisconsin foundry, watching molten iron poured, enamel applied by hand, and the beautiful finished pieces ready to ship. Since 1883, Kohler cast iron has been crafted by incredible artisans, and seeing it firsthand gave me a whole new appreciation for their craftsmanship. Now, I'm proud to lend my stamp of approval to my favorite Kohler cast iron products for their durability, beauty, and enduring style. Shop my curated picks at Kohler.com. As the Kohler cast iron ambassador, I say, long live cast iron.
You see it instantly. It's Coldwater Creek, the mark of exceptional workmanship and signature touches inspired by a Mountain West heritage. Distinctive styles created from quality fabrics, silhouettes perfected with just the right drape, feel-good fits offering ease of movement, and thoughtful details to elevate your look. For a wardrobe you can count on season after season, visit coldwatercreek.com. Shop the new spring collection at 20% off $75 or more with code IHEART20.
Owning a home is full of surprises. Some wonderful, some not so much. And when something breaks, it can feel like the whole day unravels. That's why HomeServe exists. For as little as $4.99 a month, you'll always have someone to call. A trusted professional ready to help, bringing peace of mind to 4.5 million homeowners nationwide. For plans starting at just $4.99 a month, go to homeserve.com. That's homeserve.com. Not available everywhere. Most plans range between $4.99 to $11.99 a month your first year. Terms apply on covered repairs.
Reminiscence a mission this day and age. Kelly and Thelma, and we're turning the page. We're talking family matters. It's about those times. Tell them what happened. Read between the lines. Come on by with Kelly and me. Welcome to the family. Take us out, Kelly.
Welcome to the
family, y'all. Welcome.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Thelma.
And in the 90s, we both starred in a sitcom called Family Matters.
So for today, we rewatch season 1, episode 18, Sitting Pretty.
And stay tuned because after we talk about the episode, we have a very special guest joining us. The beautiful and talented Yvette Nicole Brown.
Yes, I am so excited. Yvette's been on a ton of sitcoms, but you probably know her best as Shirley on Community. She also happens to be a huge fan of Family Matters, so she'll have a lot to say about the sitcoms of the 80s and 90s and how they influenced her.
So stick around for that.
Yeah.
What's up with you, Thelma?
Well, girl, for the first time, we are going to do a combined What's Up, Girl, because we just got back from my son's destination birthday extravaganza.
Oh, I was waiting for you to bring it
in
up.
Detroit, and it was a trip.
Awesome.
Oh, it was awesome. It was
awesome.
My
goodness.
I mean, this is the first time that we've had a chance really to hang out in the same house together for days on end.
Long time.
That was fabulous.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a family event, and it was a new family event too because Sandy and Ireland from Audiation, our team, our wonderful team, were there as well. So they got to see not just us,
but all the crazy people that are attached to us. And you too, Kelly.
And how much we like to talk.
Oh, my goodness. Well, we do like that. Oh, it was so great. I mean, he
Yeah.
had so many events planned. For me, it was wonderful because, of course, I got to go back to my mom's house and go back to my grandmom's house. And we got to go to Motown. I mean, it was just a fabulous trip. And our family, I mean, you
Very
got to
much.
see our family is pretty out there anyway. I mean, we've got all colors, all sizes, all ages, all everything.
Baby, it was
And-
like a little UN. Everybody under a different flag.
I think it's one of the few places where you could have a baby mama and an ex-wife and a wife all together with the daddy.
Right.
And everybody was happy. I mean, we
Exactly.
just had such a good time. I'm
was
so
so
in love
good.
with my family. They're so crazy, but I'm so glad you were able to be there, Kelly. And just,
Me too.
well, the whole trip was very emotional, probably more emotional than I thought it would be. I really didn't know everything that he had planned for the trip. But JD had rented we had the big passenger vans, which were packed. I mean, they each held 15 people.
Baby, it was a clown car.
Every time we would pull up somewhere and open the doors, people just start spilling out.
It was a clown car.
I mean, people were like, what is going on
Right.
here? So when we got to my mom's house, of course, we all fell out of the vans as usual. And it touched me because when I brought Gerald home, that's where I went. I actually lived with my grandmother all my life, but when I came home, I brought him to my mom's house. So that was very emotional.
Yes.
And to have my sisters
Yeah.
and, people that I love, our friends,
Yeah.
all there to go through it with us was just really, really special.
I also remember Jackie Hicks.
Oh, man. Jackie Hicks is one of the people that really started me. She actually started me at Motown singing backgrounds, but she was one of the two people. Pat Lewis was the other person who really mentored me as a kid and gave me the courage and the fearlessness to go in and sing with the Four Tops or with Marvin Gaye or, something like that. I did not know. I had spoken to her maybe 2 months ago.
Right.
But I did not know that she was a part of what was going to be happening at Motown. And I also wasn't really sure how being at Motown would affect me. I knew it would.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, after the formal tour and when they took me downstairs initially without everyone to kind of experience going into that space that I used to go into all the time, even before we got to the door, it was like I could see myself as a kid, how scared I was, how excited I was, everything.
Yeah.
And it really started getting me teary. And then when they opened the door and I saw Studio A, and that's where Holland, Dozier and Holland used to be when we were doing the session.
Did it immediately bring back all the memories,
Yes.
everything?
Yeah, it was just like I was that 15, 16-year-old in the studio again.
15, 16.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so we went into the studio and just looking around there. And that's when they brought Jackie out. And I mean, I couldn't even believe it. I'm tearing up just thinking about how that felt when she walked out because I hadn't seen her in so long, My life had come full circle like that. That's where I started. So to be back where I started with one of the people that started me, because Pat Lewis passed away last year, was just a blessing. It was a wonderful experience. And I have to thank your faux bro because he put all of this stuff together.
Baby, that thing
And
was planned within an inch of
my
its life.
gosh, it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was a great trip in so many ways.
Yeah, it was really well done. So, we ready?
Yeah, we ready.
Let's talk about it.
Well, today's episode is called Sitting Pretty. And it was written by Ken Kuda, directed by our friend Richard Carell, and it aired on February 23rd, 1990. What was going on in the world around that time, Kelly?
Actually, it was a pretty quiet week, but one of the interesting things that happened a couple of days after this episode aired was the smoking ban that took effect on domestic flights under 6 hours. Can you believe that they ever allowed smoking on an enclosed metal tube
I believe it. I was there.
that flies 30,000 feet in the air for 6
I know,
hours or any
it's
amount of
crazy.
hours? I've been ready to jump.
You got used to everything smelling like smoke, like cigarettes,
Mhm.
because they actually had the little ashtrays in the little seat holders,
Mhm.
and people be smoking, puffing, and carrying on. It was something. But what about in music? Was there anything happening on the radio during that time?
Well, you mean other than Babyface still running
Is he
everything
still on?
in the R&B
Wow.
charts? Okay, well, the number one R&B song was "Where Do We Go From Here" by Stacey Lattisaw and Johnny Gill. And the number one song on the Billboard pop charts was "Opposites Attract" by Paula Abdul.
Well, now, doesn't that just tie in nicely to this episode? Because an impromptu Paula Abdul concert causes some problems for Miss Laura.
Yes, that's right.
Well, in the cold open, Steve asks Laura out once again. He's rejected, of course. So he goes for Eddie.
Right.
He's rejected, of course. Then he goes to Judy, who you think might have a little sympathy, but no. And then he goes to little Richie. I don't know if anybody noticed it, but my baby was standing up, so apparently is walking now.
Right.
Obviously couldn't run, though, because he would have run out of the room when Steve asked him to hang out.
Right.
Poor Steve. I mean, he just wants somebody to hang out with. Anyway, in this episode, we've got 3 plot lines that all ended up coming together in the usual head-on collision.
So plot A was Laura comes home from babysitting, and then she's expanding her business. This chick was enterprising, right?
Child, you were into making you some money.
My baby. And she was going to hire a bunch of kids to babysit at the Winslows on Friday night. She's a real capitalist.
She sure is.
She about to corner the market in Chicago.
Now, I find it interesting about this character of Laura. I mean, she is very industrious, very ambitious, very pushy, very smart mouth. But is what she's doing age appropriate? I don't know that I would trust my children with you. I mean, not with you. I take that back.
Exactly.
I forget sometimes that you're really not Laura.
No, you saying that with Kelly. Laura would have been a perfect person to leave your kids with. Sometimes I watch this, and while I was, obviously the same age as the character, it would have never occurred to me to ever babysit anybody's kids. Not even my own younger siblings. Heck no. Did I ever tell you about the time my mother said she never thought I would get married or have kids? Because when she gave me doll babies, every 5 minutes I would tell her, okay, well, you watch the baby, and I'm going to go out. She said, child, you ain't never going to be bothered with them doll babies or nothing else.
Oh, my God. I would have assumed that you would have been taking care of your younger siblings sometimes. Did you?
Sometimes. My mother wasn't that. She was like, these are my kids. So you be a kid. You don't have to watch them. And I probably wasn't that
good at it.
Nurturing.
Yeah, I guess when you slap down the upside his head, that doesn't really count as love.
I'm not exactly the most genteel lady you've ever met.
Or gentle. Either of those.
Moving on.
But I like the fact that your mother wanted you to enjoy being a kid now.
Yeah.
I always told my son, don't try to grow up too fast. It ain't all it's cracked up to be.
Somebody should have highlighted, bold, underlined it. That is the truest statement ever. How come you never get that until you're older?
I don't know. I think there's just some things that come with age, like arthritis.
All right.
Yeah, we'll go there.
All right. So the B plot. Carl has a strict new captain in the police force, Captain Davenport, and he wants this big promotion to become lieutenant. So he feels like he needs to suck up to the captain in order to get it.
Carl is always working extra hard to do what would take half the time. But, he's going to go all out. So he's decided now that he's going to take him fishing because he heard the man likes to fish.
Right.
So, of course, he has to practice at home because Carl don't fish. We haven't seen him with a pole ever. But he does manage to hook a 8-pound curtain while he's fishing.
Fly fishing.
Got to tear up something in the house.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
So that's consistent.
So he decides to invite the captain to dinner on Friday night instead because probably the fishing thing wasn't going to work out. Let Harriet charm captain instead of Carl. She's much better at charm.
Yeah.
I mean, he's charming, but he gets lost in it sometimes.
So they doing a lot in this episode because on the C plot, we see you coming back from a date. And at first it seems like it went really badly. Turns out that you actually really like this guy, but you're just nervous to tell him that you have a kid.
Well, so what else is new? I mean, this girl can't keep a man anyway. Let's face it. She's like one date Susie.
Exactly. She one of those people like, it's a good thing you pretty. Child, you got some problems.
Obviously got some issues, but she's had some, hard luck with, telling someone that she likes that she has a child. Now, I was not that one. Honey, you walk in the door, I got a kid.
Right.
That's my boy.
Right.
That's my son.
That's right.
I started off like that because I know if it was going to go anywhere, they had to be on my team. And if they weren't, they had to get to stepping.
Okay, so it's not another plot line, but Eddie is wondering why he's dateless on Friday night.
Kelly, did you see those killer eyes he was trying to work?
Did you see them tight jeans and that colorful shirt?
Oh my God.
That's
that
crazy.
Was hilarious.
It was so cool at the time to look like MC Hammer.
I know.
And now you looking like,
can't touch this.
Somebody's smoking something, putting these clothes on us.
So Laura's genius babysitting business, of course, hits a bump in the road because there is a surprise Paula Abdul concert happening that night, and all her babysitters cancel on her so they can go. Even Eddie has a date now that the concert's happening. The situation is so desperate. Laura's even thinking of asking Steve Urkel to come over and help. Now, you know things are bad. You decide, and I say you because poor Judy just doesn't have anything that she can do to help.
She's trying to get out.
She's trying to be out. She had a lot to do this episode, actually. But it ends up with the two of you deciding to take care of all the children. Now, I'm sure that's going to be just fabulous.
Right. Also, Rachel's about to leave for her date, and she's so nervous to tell Jeff her date about Richie. You were cracking me up in this scene because you were all flustered and like couldn't figure out what to say. And that is never you. So you were doing some real acting at that part.
Girl, I couldn't believe I got through that. I tried to write it down and say it myself. And I couldn't say it as fast as I was saying it on the air, but I did that little role right there when I was talking to you about, should I tell him this? Should I say this? That back and forth. I was like, how did I do that? Right. My brain doesn't even function like that anymore. I must have burned out all those cells on that scene.
Also, how did the baby stay asleep through the whole scene? Because that never happens. All of that commotion going on and the baby didn't wake up the whole time. You have a light touch.
Honey, we usually have to trade babies mid-scene, remember? Because we had twins. One would start screaming. We'd have to grab the other one, but he was sleeping. I don't know what I gave him, but he slept through the whole, and all those kids screaming and everything. Well, I guess I got him out of there for part of that, but I laughed when you put him in the little crib there because you didn't hold his head hanging all. I was like, oh, poor baby, his neck's gonna be broken when I get back home.
Baby, that's a little Kelly coming through. Here.
Go here, lay down. Oh, you're asleep. Lay down anyway.
Right.
Anyway, I run off and leave you with Richie, who you turn over to Eddie because Eddie was actually supposed to be watching. Right. I love this whole little thing that you did with him to make him stay. just hint that he did something wrong, and he goes for it because he's always doing something wrong. Nobody falls for that unless they have something.
They never get their bad liars. Like, it's totally easy to do something like that because they don't know that you can read them so well. So she just makes up any kind of story, and he goes with it because she knows who he is, but apparently he don't know who she is.
He doesn't remember who she is.
Correct.
How cutthroat she is. You are something. Now, your girlfriend, your best friend,
your
Penny
bestie,
shows up.
BFF.
Bestie.
Baby.
And dumps 2 more kids on you that she was supposed to be watching.
Like it was a newspaper.
Because, of course, she's going to the Paula Abdul concert also. Well, she'd been in a couple of episodes before this one. She was in Laura's first date. And, she also showed up at the party.
And honey,
each time she's a little scene steal, ain't
always.
she?
She cute and got them lines together. What?
I mean, in and out in 2 minutes and taking the show with her.
So Laura doesn't have the new best friend until the next season 2.
Right.
Maxine.
Right.
So either Penny moved away or Another disappearing person on Family Matters.
Somebody went upstairs again. We told them
Family
about going
members
upstairs.
and best friends.
Don't go up those stairs. You'll never be seen again.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even funny.
So then we see why the story had so many plot lines, because they kind of run into each other. They kind of converge on each other.
Since Paula Abdul is in town, everybody quits on you. You have everybody bring their children to the house, not knowing that at the same time, Carl has invited Captain Davenport for dinner. So we see these stories starting to come together.
Right. So then we see Steve walk in, and Laura is so glad to see them for the first time.
Yeah. He doesn't care why. He's so excited. It's so cute. Every time I see him, I go, aw, he's so little.
Yeah. Also, did you know some of the kids look bigger than Jamie and she was supposed to be babysitting?
Okay.
Baby, they took them kids from anywhere. They done pulled some out the audience. Hey, get in this scene.
Not only did they pull them from the audience, we pulled one from our family.
Are you serious?
Ryan, who is Fobro's cousin, stays on the couch just sitting there when she's telling everybody to go. That's when Harriet has to go back and rustle her out. She just stays on the couch. So we
I'm going to go back and watch it.
Yep. She's off to the side, a little short. She got on a purple outfit and about 3,000 little braids. She looks like a human Cabbage Patch doll.
Oh, my goodness.
She was the cutest thing. So, yeah, we bring them in from everywhere.
That's one of the perks of knowing folks on the show.
Yep.
Okay, so Harriet comes in and takes complete control of the situation, divides all the kids up into age groups and puts them in different rooms in the house.
And this, again, highlights Harriet's place in this family.
Oh,
I mean, she runs the show.
Right.
She is project manager of this family. And she can implement that strategy just like that.
Seconds.
She's a pistol.
Right.
Mama's a pistol.
Always.
Captain Davenport finally arrives.
Yes.
And as expected, he's a wet mop. Goose pate is his favorite, but he won't eat it and suggests that maybe Carl should give up goose pate and most foods forever. That's implied in his tone.
Why do older Black people do that crazy mess? You may want to push away from the table or turn your plate down.
And then they pat you on your stomach?
And then pat you on your stomach and then look at you and smile.
Girl, my grandmother wouldn't pat me.
Leave me alone.
She said, you eat too much, you're getting fat. She just told you like it was.
Exactly. So then we hear a noise in the kitchen and Carl and Harry go in there and investigate.
And what's happening?
There's a bunch of kids covering Urkel with the silly string. So he jumps into Carl's arms. Laura, your father's just showing me how to carry you over the threshold. He was so freaking cute.
He was cute, and he was very physically active in this episode. I mean, he was all up, falling in baby baskets and all sorts of things. And did he say, did I do that at any point? You said it. You said it in this episode. You said, did I do that? When you first said, I'm even thinking of calling Steve. I think that's when it came up.
Right. Yeah.
And then you looked at Judy and went,
did I just say that? Right. So then Harriet and Carl come back into the living room and Captain Davenport has been trapped by the kids. Baby, they done duct taped him. This is like Taken the movie. Poor Davenport is down. Officer down.
He's tied up and they beating him. Beating him with foam bats.
Then Carl breaks it up and then peels the tape off of poor Captain Davenport's mouth. To his shock, Captain says, Carl, you ruined the game.
Yep, it turns out the captain loves kids.
Oh, yes. So then we see you come home from your date.
Yes, yet another date.
And you done had a ball.
Yet another great time.
It's a love connection.
So, of course, we have to go to the porch because I'm about to emote.
Oh, yes.
And I have to be there for the music to know the time to come in when I hit my stride there. Of course, that's where she finally confesses that she's a mom. She doesn't tell him how many kids she has. She just tells him she's a mother. And of course, they walk into the house and cue a bunch of kids.
Running everywhere.
Silly spray. I mean, just spraying him from top to bottom.
And he looking at her like, Yeah, baby, this ain't gonna
So
work.
you remember what I said about wanting to get to know you? Getting to know, bye.
Exactly.
I'm sure he was thinking, what did I get into?
Absolutely.
But I'm able to clarify
Yes.
as you run past me because some kids are digging up something or doing something and throw Richie at me, that this is my only child.
Yes.
And he's cool about it.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
you would think you might actually see him again.
Yeah.
Because it's a very sweet moment.
Yeah, it really was.
And he tells her he wants to get to know her and he wants to get to know Richie. He says, I'm still here.
But this is a sitcom, baby. So
we're pretty sure we never see him again.
Grand opening, grand closing.
He's dead man walking.
right.
Call Rachel the Black Widow.
Baby.
Her man never come back.
Right.
But luckily for Carl, all the kids messing up with Captain Davenport works in his favor. So at least that works out.
Right. And at the end of the episode, Mother Winslow shows back up and hits Carl in the head with the Nerf gun.
Sorry, Carl. This thing's got a hair trigger.
Well, she could deliver those lines like nobody.
Oh,
Her and Jo Marie must have went to one line of school, baby, because they was ready for it.
Always ready for it. Always ready for it. Such a great show. I mean, I'm really starting to appreciate it even more now as we're rewatching it because you get kind of blasé when you're working all the time and you don't always see what the audience sees. And it's fun.
Watching this show in particular is pretty relatable for a single mom like you. So did you ever have trouble ever telling men? You said you didn't.
I would always go in and just lay it out there. So if it was something that they couldn't handle, you have that option. We're not that attached or whatever.
Right.
Because I knew that he had to be my priority. He was my responsibility.
Right.
And so I had to do what was best for him, even if it meant feeling like maybe it wasn't what was best for me. Maybe there was someone I would like to pursue. But Bobro was always the priority.
I mean, just watching you now, you guys are very comfortable hanging with each other. Not just as mom and son, but like y'all are so cool together. Like you guys are like friendly.
Yeah, but we had to get to that.
Okay.
I mean, we went through those changes, know, when, as my grandmother says, kids start smelling themselves and start thinking they know everything. And, there was a time when I allowed him when he was younger to call me Telma. He called me Telma all the time. And then there came a time when I realized that I couldn't allow him to do that anymore, that I had to take a position in his life that was different then because we kind of grew up together. I was young when I got pregnant, so, we were running up and down the street and doing stuff the kids do. But at some point I realized that I could no longer do that I had to establish my boundaries and he had to call me mom. And that was a hard transition, those teenage years. We had some tough years in there, but we got through it. Because it was always the two of us, no matter what else was going on, it was always the two of us. So I think as you get older and have those experiences, especially when you've established trust and that kind of love, and, sometimes your Fobro told me stuff I didn't even want to know. But
that is so cool, though. Like, my parents know some real ratchet stuff about me. Even with you, like, you know some ratchet stuff about me, too. You know what I mean?
You know some ratchet stuff about me. But we're not judging.
Exactly.
It's not about what we've done. It's about our who. It's who we are. And we love each other.
It's easy to walk around and to know that you're loved in that way. It is such a blessing.
And such a relief. You want to be able to talk to the people who love you the most about most everything. And everybody doesn't have that freedom. It's a blessing. I mean, your parents, your mom and dad, I love them.
Oh, yeah.
The three of us, your mom, your dad, and myself, always had that bond where everything was okay with the kids.
Too much of a bond, because when I thought I was going to get some sympathy from you, baby, you was right in step with them. Oh, no.
Hey, parenting, it's tough work. Sometimes you got to be that way.
Yeah.
But I'd rather tell you the truth than have somebody else show you the truth.
Yeah, that's heavy.
Little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, Kelly, I think it's time to welcome our special guest, don't you think?
Let's do it.
Well, Kelly, I am so excited. I know you are too, to welcome our guest today. She is an Emmy-nominated actress, producer, and writer. She knows a thing or two about acting for television, especially sitcoms. Child, I got dizzy trying to read all those credits. She has just about 1 million credits under her belt, but you may know her as Shirley Bennett in Community, as Monique Duncan in The Family Business New Orleans. Congratulations, girl.
Thank you.
And as Helen in Drake and Josh. Got to fly in the new teeth. You might also recognize her voice from one of the many animated projects she's done, especially most recently Zootopia 2 and much, much more.
No, I said you tell me. Work like you're a Jamaican, but I think she actually is Jamaican. And she better come on here with the bumper clot and all that. Please welcome Yvette Nicole Brown.
Hey! Hi, my loves. How y'all doing?
How are you?
How's everybody doing?
Welcome to the family.
Welcome.
Thank you.
What does family mean to you?
I mean, family is just love, right? It's showing up for each other, and it's not just your blood family; it's your chosen family, right? So it's showing up, making sure to be a shoulder for someone to cry on, a listening ear. I have a very wide and vast chosen family. My immediate family is very small, but my chosen family is vast, and I'm so grateful that I have the community that I have. No pun intended. So family's love.
Okay.
Family is love.
Now, I know that you guys have worked together for a while.
A few times.
On a show called Act Your Age.
Yeah.
But years before that, you guys also worked together on Half and Half, right?
Yes, and in Always a Bridesmaid.
Always a bridesmaid.
Yes, we got 3 times. We got 3 times at bat together.
Okay. So what were your first impressions of Thelma?
Be nice.
Always. First of all, my impressions of Thelma are not from working together.
Okay.
My first impression of Thelma was back in the 70s on sitting cross-legged on my floor in my living room, watching her and Tony Orlando and Dawn. I remember thinking that Thelma Hopkins was one of the most beautiful women, not just Black women, one of the most beautiful women I had ever laid my eyes on. She was just so winsome and just beautiful and just all the things. So that is my first impression of her. To then watch her on Gimme a Break and watch her on Family Matters and just in everything else that she's done, I've just celebrated this beauty and this talent. And then to now be able to call her my friend, to know that I can text her and she will answer, or I can say, can you come do my show? And she'll say, yes. It's everything to me. And I am overjoyed that I finally was able to return the favor and show up for her for a change. So that's why I'm happy to be here with you and her, Kelly.
I am so touched.
She talks about you a lot.
I talk about her a lot.
How did the friendship start?
I think it probably was half. It was half and half, don't you think?
I think, but I had forgot you did it. That's how old I am.
Well, that's what they say. The best friendships, you don't know how they begin.
Sassy.
That's what it is.
Was it sassy?
I was sassy.
Yes.
I remember meeting her there, and she was so welcoming. And it was one of the first things I'd ever done, Kelly. It was probably like 2006 maybe or 5 when I did that show, and I maybe had 2 or 3 other credits before that. And to walk on a set and work with Valerie and Thelma and Rachel and Essence. And this was a well-oiled machine, and Yvette Lee Bowser had created this show, and it was wonderful.
Yes.
So I came in like hat in hand, like I hope they like me, and I hope I know what I'm doing. And Thelma in particular was just so welcoming, and she's a legend. I'm walking into a space where a legend resides, and she made me feel welcome, like I mattered, and what I was bringing was valuable. And we just clicked. She's one of the people I collected from that set, and I've stayed in love with her ever since.
Nice.
Yeah.
What you want to say, T?
That really touches me. I mean, because she's telling me things that I didn't really know. Yeah, I'm very
Then
touched.
that's on me. That's on me, because I want to say this too. I think that too often we give people their flowers once they're gone. Right? We celebrate and talk about how much they mean to us and stuff when they're gone. So you not knowing that this is how I feel about you is my bad. I mean, I know you know that you're great, but I'm saying we feel like you know how beloved you are. And I need you to understand, if I didn't close this door, my husband Tony would have came in to sit here just to look at you for a little while. Because he loves you too. We had a long conversation about Tony Orlando and Dawn before I got up in here. Like we are children of the 70s, and we grew up with you happily. Wow. So I'm happy to make sure you know.
I'm so honored. Thank you, Yvette.
Honey, the honor is ours. The honor is ours, honey.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I can't do anything else. I'm going to have to go cry now.
We love you.
Now, you are a proud TV historian and super fan, right?
Yes.
I mean, you know a lot about a whole lot of stuff.
Yes.
So what led you to becoming such a fan of pop culture and classic TV? I mean, was it me? No,
Yes,
no.
you're part of it.
But what led you down that path? Because you maintain such knowledge about shows, and you're not that old. I mean,
I'm old enough.
Yeah, you're old enough, but you ain't that old.
54.
Take it from one that knows. You have such a vast knowledge. Is it just you got so into it, you studied it, you lived it? What led you down that path?
Well, I was a latchkey kid, me and my brother. And so television in a lot of ways raised us, because aside from my mom working full time, she also loved bingo. So she would come home from work, get us some maybe we get a bit of dinner, and she'd make sure we had done our homework, and she was like, I'm about to hit the bingo hall. So a lot of our evenings were spent in front of the television. I don't want to make it seem like mother just abandoned us, but she played bingo at least once or twice a week. We got to watch. Yeah, we got to watch, television. So I grew up on variety shows and sitcoms, Good Times and later The Cosby Show and Family Matters. Like, I grew up watching it, and it raised me. So it's really hard to not develop a love for something that you've watched over and over again. Like, but this is the thing. I don't love everything like that. Like, if you hear me talking about a show with encyclopedic knowledge, it's because that's one of my, the shows that I just literally grew up with. So yeah, those that I love like that, it's real. The love is deep.
So other than Family Matters, what's your favorite?
Oh my God, favorite
sitcom
show? Other than Family Matters? I gotta go Cosby Show. I feel like,
for all of us.
And Different World too. Those two shows in particular were hitting me right at like end of high school going into college. And so I literally, it taught me what was possible. I grew up in East Cleveland. I grew up in the hood, Don't let the smooth taste fool you. Yeah, you get it. So don't let the smooth taste fool you. I'm a Negro from the hood. So I didn't have anybody in my family. Like, there's maybe one cousin that had gone to college by the time I was going to college. And so the Cosby Show and Different World opened up the idea of what was possible for me. I went to college because of Different World. I pledged AKA because of a Different World. And they showed me things that I had never seen and I hadn't grown up with in my home. So yeah, those two in particular. But then, of course, like, Good Times and the Jeffersons and, even shows like Golden Girls and All in the Family. Like, I watched all of it.
Golden
I watched
Girls, yeah.
all of it. Cheers.
Yeah.
I watched all of it.
I did too.
Yeah.
When you talk about sitting on the floor watching television, I saw you on social media the other day with someone that I just absolutely adore. Carol Burnett. Oh my God.
I'm still pinching myself.
Her, Pearl Bailey, and Diane Carroll.
Come on.
Were the ones I used to sit on the floor and watch. And when I would watch Carol, I'd always think, she seems like she is so nice.
She is.
So, I just had that image of her. Something about her really came through the screen for me. I love Diane Carroll because it was the first time I'd seen a Black woman on a single mother on TV.
Beautiful.
She was beautiful. She had a good job.
She's a nurse,
she was raising her child. Beautiful apartment. That was just so inspiring. And then Pearl Bailey, because she just didn't care.
She sure didn't.
She just had so much attitude. I was like, I want to be like her.
Yep.
So those women were the ones that influenced me. And I literally remember sitting on my grandmama's floor watching TV and just going, wow.
Yep.
And never dreaming at that time, because I was a Motown baby and all I thought about was singing, that at some point I would be on television. It just wasn't even in my wheelhouse.
You know what's funny? We have that in common. I also was a Motown baby. My mother was a huge Dinah Ross Temptations fan, so I grew up listening to them, and then the Jackson 5, of course. And I started as a singer too and thought that's what I would be doing. And I ended up being an actress. So, and again, this is the Thelma Flowers hour. You also were instrumental in that, because watching you in variety shows back in the day, and also watching Donnie Marie and also, of course, Carol Burnett, we got to see what you could do. Like, you don't have to just be a singer. You don't have to be just be an actress. You don't have to just be a dancer. You can be any of those things.
Right.
All of those things at any given time. And, you were part of that. And I wonder what that feels like for you to have had that experience yourself and know that you now are that touchstone for another generation. Like, that's got to hit you.
Well, I'm honored with that.
Yeah.
So being a latchkey kid, you think that's the thing that really led to you being a big fan of pop culture?
Absolutely, because I think I was home to watch it.
Yeah,
I was watching it happen. I was reading, Right On magazine and Black Beat.
Oh my gosh!
So I was getting all of it, immediately and processing it. And we didn't have social media back then, so Entertainment Tonight was like our lifeline. If you wanted to know what was happening in the world, it was Entertainment Tonight. So yeah, I think that's what did it for me. Absolutely.
I love how you put that because really at that time, you could really put your kids in front of the television and be sure that they had your same values.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
PBS kid.
Which
I was
is
a PBS
dope.
kid. Yeah. We don't.
Can't
now,
do that no more.
Can't do it. No, you better not do it now. I'm worried about them having them phones. They got that phones with all that craziness right in their hand.
Correct.
I'm scared. It's very dangerous. Very dangerous. Unregulated it is, for sure.
Yeah. Now, Kelly, you got kids that, they're on their phones. And do you, I know you regulate.
Too much.
She got a whip by the phone.
That part. Well, but I mean, I was kind of raised like you. I guess I shouldn't say this, but my parents
say it out
totally
loud.
Believed in you got to work children. You know what I mean? From the time they get up at 6 to the time they go down to 8:30.
Them chores.
Baby,
got
you
them chores.
busy.
You better be doing
busy with chores, busy with activities. You don't got much time to be getting influenced by anybody other than me.
Right.
And you're scared of me.
Right. But also, Kelly, look how you turned out, though.
Yeah.
You're a productive member of society, and you're well-rounded, and you know a lot of stuff. You've done a lot of stuff. That's great that they raised you that way.
I'm so grateful for my upbringing.
That's good.
All of it.
A lot of child stars don't have that story.
You better talk about it.
That's why I always say, like, where was the party? Because I done missed it.
We didn't allow you all to party. Your party was at work.
But this is the thing, too. The people that love you keep you from the party. I don't think people realize that. The people in your life that are telling you, come, do this, those aren't the people that are for you. I have had times in this industry, starting out, especially when I was in the East Coast family. I remember I'll tell you this one incident. So I was discovered by Michael Bivins and became a part of the East Coast family around the same time, Boys to Men, ABC, all of that. And so we had a song and we were promoting the song and we were out on the road. I don't know if I've ever told this story publicly. There was one night where I was calling everybody in the hotel. We were in New York and none of the people in the East Coast family was answering. And then I finally got Sean Stockman on the phone and I said, Sean, where is everybody? Like nobody's around. He said, oh, there's a party. There's a party upstairs. And I said, well, let me just go up. So I went up to the floor and I see people going in and I knock on the door and I open it. And Michael Bivins, to his credit, opens the door and he looks out and he closes the door and he says, this party's not for you.
Oh,
I said, well, wait a minute, I just saw so-and-so go in. He said, I don't care who you saw come up in here. This party is not for you. And so I went, and I had, feeling like I'm not one of the cool kids, whatever. Went back to the room, called Sean back. He said, oh yeah, he told us it wasn't for us either. So that's protection. It feels like rejection, but it's protection.
Yeah.
There are gatherings every night in Hollywood that nobody calls and invites me to. And I have realized I'm grateful because people know there's certain places I ain't supposed to be.
I love your way of putting it because I was like, maybe I just wasn't popping.
It ain't that, Kelly.
I never got invited.
Listen, and let me tell you this. I know I'm not popping. I proudly say.
I'm with you, Yvette. I don't pop.
I'm not one of the cool kids. Ain't never aspired to be one of the cool kids. I'm happy at home, building some Lego. You know what I mean? Watching some television. I've been the same person my whole life. So that is protection. That's protection because the people that were popping, where they at now?
We don't know.
Where they at?
Isn't that something?
That's what I'm saying.
Where'd they go?
I guess.
She's still trying to go to the party from the 87.
Right. So, just at least invite me so I can say no.
So I can say no. Let me peek.
I still feel rejected, but thanks, Yvette.
Let me peek and see what they're doing. Let me decide. I stay for 5 minutes. Listen. Let me tell you this other story too. So the first show I ever did was The Big House with Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart, Faison Love, Keith David, Anisha Walker.
That.
Yeah, it was a great cast. Leslie Odom Jr. is one of the first, maybe the first sitcom he ever did before he went on to Broadway greatness. But I remember Faison Love taking me aside the first day. He said, whatever you do, don't go to those parties. And I'm like, Faison, what are you talking about? He said, I'm telling you, Yvette, parties are a trick. People will tell you that that's how you're going to come up. There's no opportunities at those parties. There's no professional.
Yeah, I was going to say there are opportunities, but they're going to turn out to be the ones you didn't want.
But they are not the kind of professional career opportunities that you want to. He said they're not at the party. So it's a trap. Do not fall into it. Faison Love.
Baby, you done changed my whole point of view about my whole childhood because I feel like I done missed out on something.
You ain't missed nothing, baby. You ain't missed nothing but disease and debauchery.
Oh my God.
In a court case. Or maybe a paternity court case.
I love it.
You ain't missed a doggone thing. You hear me? Not a doggone thing. No.
Yeah, okay.
Support for the show comes from Public, the investing platform for those who take it seriously. On Public, you can build a multi-asset portfolio of stocks, bonds, options, crypto, and now generated assets, which allow you to turn any idea into an investable index with AI. It all starts with your prompt. From renewable energy companies with high free cash flow to semiconductor suppliers growing revenue over 20% year over year, you can literally type any prompt and put the AI to work. It screens thousands of stocks, builds a one-of-a-kind index, and lets you backtest it against the S&P 500. Then you can invest in a few clicks. Generated assets are like ETFs with infinite possibilities, completely customizable and based on your thesis, not someone else's. Go to public.com/podcast and earn an uncapped 1% bonus when you transfer your portfolio. That's public.com/podcast. Paid for by Public Investing. Brokerage services by Open to the Public Investing Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services by Public Advisors LLC, SEC registered advisor. Generated assets is an interactive analysis tool. Output is for informational purposes only and is not an investment recommendation or advice. Complete disclosures available at public.com/disclosures. Doing taxes the old way meant handing everything off and just hoping things were moving. But now you can feel confident your taxes are being handled right with Intuit TurboTax. Now you match with a TurboTax full-service expert. Just upload your documents right in the app, and boom, they take it from there. Start to finish, you've got a dedicated expert working your return. They check every deduction and credit to help you get the best possible outcome, so you can feel confident you're getting every dollar you deserve. And now you're not guessing what's happening, you're seeing it happen. TurboTax gives you real-time updates on your expert's progress while you go about your day. Run errands, grab a coffee, live your life. You're always in the loop. And if a question pops up, you get unlimited expert help at no extra cost, even on nights and weekends during tax season. Taxes are finally transparent, easier, and handled. Visit TurboTax.com. Only available with TurboTax full-service experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
You see it instantly. It's Coldwater Creek, the mark of exceptional workmanship and signature touches inspired by a Mountain West heritage. Distinctive styles created from quality fabrics, silhouettes perfected with just the right drape, feel-good fits offering ease of movement, and thoughtful details to elevate your look. For a wardrobe you can count on season after season, visit coldwatercreek.com. Shop the new spring collection at 20% off $75 or more with code IHEART20.
Did you know that parents rank teaching financial literacy as the toughest life skill? That's where Greenlight comes in, the debit card and money app made for families. With Greenlight, you can send money to kids quickly, set up chores, automate allowance, and track spending with real-time notifications. Kids learn how to earn, save, and spend responsibly, while parents have peace of mind, knowing smart money habits are being built with guardrails in place. Try Greenlight risk-free today at greenlight.com/iHeart. That's greenlight.com/iHeart.
What was your experience with our show?
Family Matters, along with The Cosby Show, is one of those shows that showed me what family life was like with the mama and daddy in the house. I'm a child of divorce.
Okay, yes.
My mom and dad were great friends up until her passing. So it wasn't like there was a contentious divorce, but it was a divorce. So I didn't have the experience of waking up and daddy downstairs making breakfast or, coming home from school and going, Dad, I got, and I just didn't even get to see the interplay between a loving mother and father. You know what I mean? So Family Matters was one of those shows that I got to see that and go, okay, that's possible for me too. First of all, Kelly, I thought you were one of the most beautiful little brown babies I'd never seen on television.
Oh, girl, you only say it because it's true.
Yeah, I'm a lot of things. Oh, there you go. You're right. I'm about to say I'm a lot of things, but I ain't a liar. But yeah, you were so pretty. Like, I just remember going, and also to see you grow, because when you started your little gumdrop and then you became this beautiful, young woman, and I just thought they dressed you so nice. Your hair was always so beautiful.
Well, not in the beginning. She had that ponytail in the beginning.
Well, that's when she was that's when she was the gumdrop. That was when she was the little baby. But once she, grew up and turned into her young womanhood, you were gorgeous. I felt the values of that show were great. I felt that what they taught us, Urkel was a little bit forceful, so we didn't learn a lot about consent in the beginning with him. But we did learn that what you see on the outside is not necessarily the core of who someone can be or who they will become. So maybe don't judge a book by its cover is what we also learned.
Yeah, I was so proud of that show too, because it was such a slice of life. I mean, not my personal life, but I understand what you're saying about being able to be a part of something that I hadn't actually lived myself, but I understood the value of it because my grandmother raised me. It wasn't that my mother wasn't around, but she really wasn't around until I was 17. I didn't know my father.
Yeah.
I had a stepfather. So I had never had that regular kind of upbringing. So for me, getting to act, or not even really act, because it never really felt like acting once we all knew each other.
Yeah.
But being on a show in a family that I would have been proud to be a part of.
That
It was my example of being able to live what I had not lived as a child, as an adult, but still be able to really appreciate, probably even more since I didn't have that.
It was aspirational.
And I love the fact that there were 4 generations under one
I was
roof.
about to say it. Doggone.
Yes.
Say that. Multi-generational.
We needed that visual. And I think that's one reason why Family Matters has never gone out of style.
Right.
Is because it still represents what the good and what we can do and what matters. Family really does matter.
Yep.
Not always made up of the people you were born into.
That's right.
Yeah.
Urkel became a part of the family. Cherry became a part of the family. Yeah, I'm very proud of the show for that reason.
Yeah, I thought it was also a love letter to caregiving, too, because it was multi-generational. The way everyone in the house was able to care for everyone else in the house.
Yes.
And, especially with what we're facing now in this country, community and village
is very matters.
It really matters. So we got to get back to being our brother and sister's keeper and watching out for our neighbor. And Family Matters modeled that in a way that very few shows were able to, because it was so many people coming in and out the door, so many people that lived in the house. Like it was a part of that,
Speaking of caregivers, you were a caregiver to your father too. Correct?
I am. I still am. Yeah.
She still
I
is.
still am. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My dad has Alzheimer's, and right towards the tail end of community, we found out that he was not doing well in Ohio, and so I vowed. I said, as soon as community is canceled, I'm going to get him. Because I knew I couldn't take care of him on the community schedule. So I worked out where he had Meals on Wheels being sent to him there. I talked to his neighbor, a wonderful woman, Miss Pearl, who would make him dinner from time to time and invite him over. I talked to my aunt and my cousins. I said, listen, make sure you go check on Daddy. So I had everyone there watching him for the time until community ended. So once community ended, I was in on a Friday. I was in Cleveland by Sunday, packing him up, closing out all his affairs, and brought him here to live with me. And it was the first time I had ever lived in a house with my dad my entire life.
What?
Yeah, first time, because child of divorce. So we would go see my dad like on the weekends, like every other weekend or whatever, however much he would get us back then. But he was in my life. Like I hung out with my dad, went to movies with my dad.
Thought of that
but he had
aspect.
never been in the house with me. And so that was brand new for both of us. And we took to it like a fish to water. We got up and had breakfast together. And this was early in his diagnosis where he still was about 70% there. So I got to make a lot of really beautiful memories with my father. He's pretty far gone now. It'll be 13 years in December. He's been dealing with it. I had him in my personal care for 11 and a half years until he had a fall. And then I had to find a rehab center for him, and then ultimately a board and care with 24-hour care that I could no longer provide. But it's super close to me. I go see him all the time.
I have such a heart for you, because when I found out you were a caregiver, I was like, oh my God, because you just don't know how hard that is until you have it.
Until you have to do it.
My grandmother developed dementia. And the last year of her life, I brought her out to LA to live with me.
Yeah.
Almost gave me a nervous breakdown because I didn't realize that as hard as you may think it's going to be, it'll be harder than that.
Yeah.
So I was just like, no, when she's with me, she's going to be okay. And she could, and she would have her good days. And I was thinking I was healing her because that's where my head was.
Yeah.
But, it would always revert back. And it was the hardest thing.
It's hard. I say all the time, it is the best tough thing I've ever done, or the toughest best thing I've ever done. That is the way I describe it, because it literally is. There are days you don't know how you're going to do it. But again, it's the love that gets you through it.
Absolutely.
And this is the thing. It's a marathon, not a sprint, right? And what you need to understand, which I try to tell caregivers, and listen, this is the whole point. Before we leave here, everyone will either be a caregiver or a caregivee. That's just the way it is. And listen, parenting is caregiving too. So I know that when I say that, it's everybody. Everybody's going to have an at-bat at this. And I try to tell people going in, guilt is part of it. It's part of it. So just make your peace with feeling like you're not doing enough, or you could have done it better. You could have done it better, but you did the best you could.
I had the guilt that I couldn't handle it better. And then the last 2 months of her life, I did have to put her in a nursing facility because she was getting aggressive and combative. And honestly, I was just totally worn out. I just could not mentally and emotionally handle it. But I put her in a nursing home that's basically 2 blocks away.
Right.
So I could get down there quickly. But I carry guilt about that because I felt like I should have been able to handle. She should have died at my house. You know.
Let me tell you something. Listen, I hope that you find a way to make peace with yourself about that, because
I did.
Okay, because I'm saying the bottom line is you took her in when no one else would.
Mm-hmm.
You had already done the hardest part of it. And then when you get to the point where either like in my situation with my dad, where I knew that I did not have the skill set to care for him the way. Now, I was prepared to, I guess I'm not acting no more. Let me go to nursing school, figure out how to lift a body.
Yep.
And the social worker in my life at the time was like, are you high? You can't do this. You've reached the end of what you can do. And there's no harm or foul in that. So release yourself from that.
Yeah.
Now, find him a clean, safe, lovely place. Don't just dump him off somewhere. Make sure the place you choose will give him the level of care that you would. But then you got to release yourself from understanding that it's time for the next team of people to come in.
But what you guys are both talking about are the values that have made it through the generations. Like, yes, it's appropriate for you to pass them off to somebody who's more trained at caregiving. But the initial value of you never put your loved ones in a home, that's what I hear, which is so lovely.
And that's the Black way.
Yeah.
Isn't that the Black way, though? We're
Absolutely.
raised, like, again, going back to Family Matters, we're intergenerational people. And so we're raised to bring grandma home, auntie home, whoever's needs some help, you need some food, come on over. That's who we are. But it comes down to the level of care that you're able to provide.
Yeah,
and as long as when you reach the end of what you can provide, then you either have to bring someone else into the home to care for them with you, or you have to find a place that's worthy of them. His caregivers, talking about chosen family, his caregivers are now a part of our family. When I got married.
Oh, I was good. Girl, I'm glad you brought it up because that was a moment in time.
My husband surprised me by bringing my dad to the ceremony. I didn't think my dad could make it, and I had made my peace with that. My brother walked me down the aisle. Then my husband, after I got there, Tony said to me, "Do you trust me?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Then stay right here." And he left me at the altar.
And he left there at the
crowd
altar.
went crazy.
Oh my God.
Like, Tony, no. Tony. Like, everybody thought it was like I had been left at the altar. And then a minute later, he comes in rolling my dad down the aisle to me.
I just got goosebumps all over
Girl,
again.
when I tell you, y'all could have bought me for $1, I literally was like, oh my God. And it was the greatest gift. And so my dad was actually there to see.
He sure was. And his caregivers.
They came with
there.
him. They came with him.
You could tell that they felt very comfortable.
They love him.
Where they were, because they were right up front with him.
Yep.
And that was one.
It was beautiful.
I'm getting teary just thinking about it.
It was
that
beautiful.
was one of the sweetest.
Maybe if that ain't a sign that
moments.
you got chosen by the right dude.
The right dude.
Oh,
that's the right.
That's
gosh.
a sign.
I remember the day you. Well, I don't know if it was the day you.
It probably
got
was. What was it? Tell me.
But I remember you on The View when you did. I'm engaged.
It's crazy. And listen, and Thelma's known me long enough to know that I was chronically single. It was, I never,
I know the feeling.
I dated, don't play with me because, I love finding somebody. I'll find somebody for you. But no, I had dated once or twice. I had spans of maybe 4 months where I had a guy. But I was really pretty much for most of my adult life, I was single. Happily single. I wasn't tormented by it, but I did, I wanted my Huxtable moment. I wanted my Winslow moment. I thought that I'm a good person. It's got to be somebody for me. And what I've been telling my friends, because I didn't get engaged till I was 52. I didn't get married till I was 53 53. So I say to my friends all the time, look for the kind man. Look for the friend. He has to make over $100,000. He has to be 6 foot. 6 foot ain't going to bring you tea in the morning.
Okay.
$100,000 a year is not going to be the one to hold you when you're crying because your dad's not well.
Say it again for the folks in the back.
You got to pick someone that actually likes you, who likes to spend time with you. Me and Tony are together damn near 24 hours a day. I never get tired of him. He never gets tired of me. So friend, find a friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kelly's got a good one too. She's got a good. I love me some Hannibal now.
See?
No, although when I saw y'all on Wife Stop, I was like, ooh, he's strict.
I love it. So now we have some rapid fire questions.
Sure.
Okay, so most underrated Black TV show of all time.
Ooh, underrated. I'm going to go rogue and say The Carmichael Show. I don't know if people even know Gerard Carmichael's show, but he was doing... He was
Loretta.
He was doing... He had David Allen Greer.
Right.
He was Little Rel Howery.
Oh, man, he's so good.
He was doing some Norman Lear level stuff that I think a lot of people miss. I think they only did Maybe it was
Did it 2 seasons?
But it was like 2 seasons of 6. Like it was not enough. So I'm going to go with the Gerard Carmichael show.
Okay, what TV show or character from the 70s do you wish you could have guest starred on or in back in the day?
Man, if I could have been one of Theo's girlfriends on Cosby Show. That ain't 70s. That ain't 70s.
It's close enough.
I'm going with that, man. Everybody know how much I love the late, great Malcolm Jamal Warner.
What a sweet man. We had our own experience.
Yeah.
Family Matters with Michelle.
Yeah. Oh, bless her heart too. Golly.
Oh, God.
Too many people gone far too soon. May she rest in peace.
She was a sweetheart. And the way he just loved on her and took care of her and supported her. Ooh, he was kind of dreamy. And I don't blame you.
That's the level of care he gave to all of his friends and loved ones. Yeah. If he was in your corner, you had the greatest hero and champion for you. Malcolm was lovely.
That's
lovely
still hard to believe.
It really is.
Still
I can't
hard
believe
to
it.
believe.
I can't believe it. All right. Next question.
Okay. Dream castmate you have not worked with yet.
Oh, I would say Carol Burnett since we're talking about her.
Yes, girl.
And also, I want to say this. I have worked on episodes with Marla Gibbs, but I've never had a scene with her. I know her personally. Thank God. I love her so much.
Yeah, she's wonderful. If Family Matters were rebooted today, who would Yvette Nicole Brown play?
Ooh, I mean, it's hard. Aunt Rachel.
Sorry, Kelly, you're gone.
No. Exactly.
No. I'm too old. I'm too old to be the children. It's got to be. Aunt Rachel or Harriet.
Girl, come on.
Aunt Rachel or Harriet.
My children getting up in age now.
Aunt Rachel or Harriet. I didn't said my answer.
Okay.
I might be Mama Winslow at this age.
Oh, girl, stop
cut it out.
I'm gonna slap you silly when I see you talking about 50. I can barely remember 50.
Okay. One thing fans would be surprised to know about you.
Oh, that I'm really an introvert. I really
What?
Why do all actors say that?
I don't know why they say it, but I say it because I'm telling the truth. Listen, let me ask you something. If it's not an industry event, how much do you hear about me being out in the world? I don't be out. I don't be out there. I will go. I see the events that we have to go to as part of work, and I'm always going to show up and show out for work. But when I tell you when I'm not working, I'm not a let's meet for brunch. I'm not in the street. I'm someone. I don't look at the weekend and go, oh, we got to get out there. No, we got to get under these covers. And we got to figure out what we watching on Netflix.
And what we eating.
Yeah. And when I have to go outside for work, I'm in fetal position the next day, building Lego. Like I love people, but they drain. Ooh, they drain me. Yeah. So I'm a really big.
And you're that personality that people expect to just be on.
I'll turn it on.
I get that too.
It's part of me. Like I really, really like people. So when I'm around them, I do enjoy what you been doing. And I have those moments. But when I tell you, when I ain't got to be on and got to work, I am in this house. It's so not that.
I tell people that all the time. I only act when I'm getting paid.
There we go. I'm someone that is immune to FOMO. I be like, y'all have a great time. Have a great time.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Now, Yvette, is a community movie happening?
It is. I don't know when.
I don't know when.
Really?
I don't know when, but it is. I mean, everybody's busy. So it's not a desire. It's a timing issue. We got to find a 2-month span of time where everybody is in the same city and able to block off the time. And until that is figured out, we don't have a movie.
Wow. But it's something to look forward to. That's exciting.
Absolutely. And we all want to do it.
That's so cool.
And we all want to see.
We certainly do. Want to see more of you and more of you and more of you.
Aw, thank you.
Kelly, can you think of anything else?
Yes.
That we can badger her with? Oh, okay. Go ahead,
About
Kelly.
your podcast, Squeezed.
Yes. So I have a podcast called Squeeze. It was just nominated for NAACP Image Award.
Congratulations.
Thank
Yes,
you.
I saw that.
Thank you. Super excited about that. It's a podcast about caregiving, and it's about people that are squeezed between, maybe caring for a loved one that is younger and also an elderly loved one, and how you navigate having a job and being a caregiver. And it's not just parenting is part of it. We're also celebrating and spotlighting the caregivers that are our parents as well. And so every episode, and it's a docu podcast, meaning that when you listen to it, you can hear the sounds of that person's life as they're talking. So if they're talking about making breakfast for their kids, you'll hear them in the background and the baby go, "Can I have the Fruit Loops?" Like you'll hear it. So it's like you're really experiencing a day or a few days in the lives of the people that we talk to. So it's really great. We're in our second season, and it's our second nomination.
Oh, congratulations. That's so great. You've really put a light on that I haven't seen. I know nobody was talking about it when I was doing it. And it's really nice to see and to give people that support because, oh my God, it makes such a difference. It really does. It makes such a difference. So thank you for even thinking of that and then acting on it and fulfilling that need that people have and in such an entertaining way because you're so much fun.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
It's a labor of love.
You deserve all of it. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
You're just you're a gem. You really are.
That means so much coming from you.
She talks about you all the time.
No, you don't understand. I talk about her all the time too. And it's, you don't often get to be friends with your heroes.
That's
Thelma's
true.
my friend.
Oh, well.
Thelma's my friend, and I get to,
okay.
call my friend and check on my friend, and my friend checks on me.
I gotta step my compliment game up.
Yeah, that's my girl.
Yeah,
but
girl,
see, you know what it is though, Kelly, because you grew up with her, so it's a little different. Like she's part of your life and has been a part of your life from when you were young. Yeah,
11, 12,
about 10 or 11 years old.
Yeah, Kelly's not impressed with me at all anymore.
I am.
Yeah.
Well, Yvette, this has been such a treat for me because, first of all, I think this is the longest time I've had to just sit and
chat.
talk
I
with
agree.
you.
I don't know why we don't do this more often.
Well, now that we know, we will.
We will.
Thank you so much, first of all, for saying yes, because I know every time I look up, she's working, so I don't know if she even has
I will make
time to breathe.
I will make time for you. I will always make time for you the way you make time for me.
But I also want to thank you for how you represent us everywhere you are.
My pleasure.
It's the loveliness of Black women.
Indeed. Thank you.
You're so fabulous.
Thank you, sis. Back at you. Back at you, sis. Back at you. I see you. I see you, sis.
Yes.
I see you.
Oh, my babies are so cute. Thank you, baby, so much.
Thanks for having me, ladies.
We want to say an extra special thank you to Yvette Nicole Brown for joining us today.
That's it for this week, but stay tuned.
Yeah, we're going to rewatch each episode of Family Matters week by week, so make sure to rewatch the show right along with us. You can catch it on Hulu and TBS and a bunch of other places.
Welcome to the Family with Thelma and Kelly is a production of iHeart Podcasts and Audiation. It's hosted by me, Thelma Hopkins.
And me, Kelly Williams.
Our executive producers are Sandy Smallins for Audiation, Adam Rip, J.D. Hopkins, who also happens to be my son and Kelly's faux bro, and Jonathan Strickland for iHeart Podcasts.
The show is produced by Thelma and I, but our series producer is Ireland Meacham, and our theme song's lyrics were written by J.D. Hopkins and Adam Rip. The theme song was scored and mixed by Matt Noble, who's also our series mixer.
And we'd like to thank Nikki Etour and the entire iHeart Podcast team. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Follow us on Instagram at Welcome to the Family Pod for behind-the-scenes photos and more bonus content.
And don't forget to leave us a voicemail at our website, thefamilymatterspod.com. We want to hear your thoughts and favorite memories of the show. And let us know if you need advice, because we're good for some bad advice. We might be able to help you with your own family matters.
And make sure to rate and review us wherever you're listening. We are so excited to have you guys along for the ride.
Yes, welcome to the family, y'all. And we'll see you next time.
Welcome to the family.
Audiation. You see it instantly. It's Coldwater Creek, the mark of exceptional workmanship and signature touches inspired by a Mountain West heritage. Distinctive styles created from quality fabrics, silhouettes perfected with just the right drape, feel-good fits offering ease of movement, and thoughtful details to elevate your look. For a wardrobe you can count on season after season, visit coldwatercreek.com. Shop the new spring collection at 20% off $75 or more with code IHEART20.
Hey, did you know Dietz & Watson has been family-owned for over 85 years? To us, that means it's more than a business. It's personal. We make our premium meats and cheeses the right way, even if it's slower or inconvenient or hard, because that's how you get the highest quality. If it's not good enough for our family, it's not good enough for yours. And while others cut corners, we keep raising the bar. So if you see the Dietz & Watson name, you'll know every slice has my family's seal of approval. Dietz & Watson, it's a family thing since 1939.
This is Jacob Goldstein from What's Your Problem? Business software is expensive, and when you buy software from lots of different companies, It's not only expensive, it gets confusing, slow to use, hard to integrate. Odoo solves that because all Odoo software is connected on a single affordable platform. Save money without missing out on the features you need. Odoo has no hidden costs and no limit on features or data. Odoo has over 60 apps available for any needs your business might have, all at no additional charge. Everything from websites to sales to inventory to accounting, all linked and talking to each other. Check out Odoo at odoo.com. That's odoo.com.
Janice Torres here.
And I'm Austin Hankwitz. We host the podcast Mind the Business Small Business Success Stories, produced by Ruby Studio in partnership with Intuit QuickBooks.
We're back for season 4 to talk to some incredible small business owners.
The big thing about working in tech is that it's ever evolving, ever changing. Everyone's a rookie. That's how fast the industry is changing. So what I'm really excited about is to be part of that change.
So listen on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed Human.